this week's episode of the Armbar Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch Calandra. We got Nick Calandra here, my brother, my right-hand man, ready to go this week. Honestly, I want to kind of get off to a kind of a start that we've been talking about between ourselves for honestly years now. He got a contract after one good year. That's literally the extent of it right there.
Emphasis on good.
Emphasis on good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it. The year he had, let me see here. I literally have it pulled up. This year he had, he went. Yeah, I mean, they're. I'm looking at his stats here. I don't even know his best season. I thought it was the one. I thought in the article that I have pulled up here that it was his best season. It's not even. It's just like they're just talking about in 244 games and shit like that. But dude, I mean, this is a perfect segue into getting into some minor league talk and like getting into some just baseball bullshit talk because. Listen, I've refrained from it a little bit in terms of like really letting it fly in terms of some of this shit, but this is a prime example. This is a prime example of the bullshit that's the MLB. So who are we talking about here? We're talking about Aaron Hicks. And Aaron Hicks, good for him.
Oh, for sure.
Literally good for him. Same thing with like the Gallows of the world. Is he having a pretty good season? I don't even know.
A lot of bombs.
He is, right? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he? Literally the people who can't like I don't understand people who come to New York and just literally can't hit, can't do nothing, and then they leave and they're superstars. Happened to the Mets a billion times. It's happened to the Yankees too. But yeah, this Aaron Hicks thing is like a perfect way to just sum up the bullshit because let's see here. So do they have to pay him?
I think he's got 2 years left on his deal, yeah.
Yeah, so this is what it's saying here. So it says Hicks, oh my gosh. New York owes Hicks $7,620,968 for the remainder of this year's salary.
Yeah.
That's the remainder of this year's salary. And then $10.5 million salary plus salaries of $9.5 million in each of the next 2 seasons. And a $1 million buyout of a 2026 team option. So you know what Aaron Hicks is doing right now?
Chilling.
Chilling. Literally chilling, dude. I don't get it. I literally can't comprehend like how these guys get these contracts, how they believe in these guys. And again, this is nothing against Aaron Hicks. He should be a big leaguer. Honestly, he should probably be a big leaguer. He's a fine player. He should be a fourth outfielder somewhere. But literally, I mean, just go ahead and give me some thoughts on this.
Again, I look at it and I go, I believe the contract was what, 8 years, like 8 years, $88 million or something like that.
Yeah, as you're talking here, I'll pull up the exact numbers.
I mean, to give a guy like him that length of a contract, I just didn't understand at the time.
They're proving nothing.
Well, and that's my point. But
they're proving nothing.
Thing, though, is even guys that are studs, to even give them 12-year contracts that we're seeing now. Like, again, this is no knock on the player, no knock on the agent for getting it.
No.
Props to him.
We're player guys. I'm a player guy.
But it's just from the business side, to me, it doesn't really make sense to give deals that long. It just doesn't make sense to me.
From a making decisions standpoint, that's what I don't get about these higher ups in these leagues, dude. It literally is unbelievable who they see value in. We would witness it every day. We'd witness it every day. We'd watch a guy hit $150 for 3 years straight, and still, who's slotted in to be the starting player and in AA this year? Who's slotted to be the starting player in AAA this year? A guy who's hit $180 for the last 10 years of his life. I mean, the exact contract is Aaron Hicks signed a 7-year, $70 million contract with the New York Yankees, including a $2 million signing bonus, $70 million guaranteed, and an annual average salary of $10 million.
Yeah, crazy.
And they just said, Oh,
Right.
oh, all right. We're just gonna. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't get it, and it's unreal. It's unreal. I mean, it just shows you like people who don't know like the bullshit of
Right.
baseball. Like, that's why it's hard for me to watch. That's why it's hard for me to watch. I'm literally looking at these guys, and it's like, yo, I know 6 players, 10 players in the Braves organization alone that are literally better than these guys. I watch it with my own 2 eyes. I'm watching it on the TV. I'm watching these guys in the big leagues, and I could name 10, literally rattle off 10 guys that would be a better player for the Yankees in the major leagues than these guys.
Well, you know how it goes. Is these GMs, these scouts, they go get their guys, right? And then bottom line is that they know if their guy doesn't get the opportunities and ultimately, get put up into the bigs at some point, then their jobs are screwed. So they're not essentially really looking to get the best player there. They're looking to get their 100% guy there so that they can retain their position and then, if anything, go up higher. That's all it comes down to.
Yes. Literally couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Is if you're the scout that drafts you, if you're a guy who got drafted high, or you've been a guy where like somebody high up has like mentioned they like you or they believe in you, it's literally the leash is endless. It's literally endless.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Arm Barn Podcast. If you like G Fuel or would like to try the official drink of esports, use the code TheArmBarn at gfuel.com today. For my caffeine people, there's going to be some awesome products like the energy tubs and the energy cans. And then for my no caffeine people, there's also going to be some great products for hydration. So check that out today at gfuel.com and use the code TheArmBarn.
And this is a great quote. This is a great quote. Yankees manager Aaron Boone described his talk with Hicks as quiet and somber. This is family, Boone said. You go through everything with these guys. Obviously, with Aaron, some ups and downs. He's had some really good seasons. It wasn't an easy conversation to have, but one we felt was necessary. Puppet. An absolute sellout puppet, Aaron Boone.
Boone's proven a million times to be a clown. He's
right up, and they are literally just using him. It's crazy, and it's so funny because for the most part, and this is me getting into it a little bit here, for the most part, and the coaches that admit it, or the coaches that at least acknowledge it, in terms of they don't make decisions, they don't really have much power, and they are just puppets. In terms of, and then they help with development, I guess. That's really all it is those guys help with day-to-day development. Other than that, no coach, including a lot of the ones in the major leagues, literally they almost have no power when it comes to this shit. You saw it in Moneyball. You literally saw it in Moneyball. They don't make any of the decisions. The people who can actually evaluate talent and know who the best guys are don't even really make decisions. And it happens even worse at the lower levels.
Well, hey, who makes the lineups?
Not the head coaches. Not the head coaches. They can maybe choose maybe. I'm talking maybe choose the order of like 4 or 5 spots, but the guys who are hitting 1 through 4, 1 through 5, it's locked, set. Like I said, minimal flexibility there. Now, don't get me wrong. If they want to like change up the lineup on a day or give a certain guy a DH spot every once in a while, okay, maybe they have that kind of power. But it's literally, okay, this guy's playing this many times a week, hitting in this spot, doing this. This guy's doing it. It's literally, that's how it is for all the guys, no matter what. They could suck ass for a week, and the next week, it's the exact same thing. And it drives everybody nuts in the locker room. It drives everybody nuts who's literally a grinder, who's just there. It's crazy. And the pitching, the pitching's even worse because it's literally, we used to sit in the bullpen. No joke. We used to sit in the bullpen and we used to be like, it'd be like bases loaded, nobody out in like the 3rd inning. And we'd be like, all right, let's get Zach Daniels up. Zach Daniels, I can say because he's not playing baseball anymore. So if he ever watches this, he can say that. But like, in terms of that's literally what we'd all be sitting there. We'd be like, oh, this seems like a perfect time for this guy, because you knew that as soon as the shit starts going down, they're not going to throw in a guy who's actually going to have to get out of these situations in the big leagues. Think about that. The guy who's actually going to have to get out of these situations in the big leagues isn't going to pitch, because Zach Daniels is going to go in a pressure-filled situation, carve ass, and never go anywhere. And it's literally a prime example of this. Aaron Hicks thing is literally such a perfect example of this, of just guys who get these crazy contracts or get all this long leash. I mean, this is 7 years too late.
Yeah.
This is literally 7. He should have been cut.
No one would have been complaining if they signed him to, a 3-year deal worth, even if they did 10 years annually, they did 3 years, 30, and he's the fourth outfielder, but not considered one of the dudes for the Yankees out there. But they signed him thinking they could get him on the cheap, because this is during the big time period when, the younger Steinbrenners don't like to spend money on the big guys. So they thought they could get him on the cheap because he had one decent season, did pretty good for the Yankees, and it's just been trash ever since, which we all knew.
It's a joke, dude.
And they're still proving it with Boone. So real quick, before we move on from him, did you see him give his Mount Rushmore of New York Yankees?
Who?
Yeah.
Boone? Oh, who did he say?
So he went – you ready? He went Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Derek Jeter, Aaron Judge. Like, dude, how – it's just like, dude, the guy has no clue.
Has he heard?
He has no clue.
Has he ever heard of a guy named Mickey Mantle?
Also, too, how are you – I mean, that I'd be even fine if he put that in. But, like, to me, Mariano has to be somewhere on there.
Yeah. Like, no pitchers?
Let alone the greatest closer of all time. And like, if I'm the reporter there and I ask him that question, he goes there, I would probably, again, respectfully, just go like, hey, how are you including Aaron on there when he doesn't have a title?
Yeah. He's done nothing. They've done nothing but fail. Come up short of expectations. They haven't even. How many World Series has he even played in?
Judge?
Yeah,
I think it's this many.
Have they even got there once? They have never gotten past the ALCS, right?
No.
Dude, success is like literally just handed out. Like literally just participation trophies nowadays. It's like, oh, you hit 210. Oh, here you go. You can start in the big leagues for the next 10 years. It's like, what the fuck? I don't get it, bro. I literally don't get it.
For like, obviously, you having your dudes, like he's your dude now, and he's a great player.
Yeah,
great player.
Unbelievable.
However, when you're talking about the Yankees, Mount Rushmore, and there's guys like even Yogi Berra who have 10 World Series titles or some wild number. Like, dude, how you're not putting?
I didn't even like. Obviously, this was just sprung on me in terms of, but like, like that's 100%. Another guy. Like, I'd rather them 10 championships.
Or, dude, even if you put freaking Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. I mean, let me just here. This is what we'll do.
But like, dude, the bottom line is this is just once again Aaron Boone showing that he's an absolute clown. He's a clown.
The Yankees or like Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
What was his numbers? Like some of these guys, always their career numbers are like always a little bit down than I originally think. Sometimes. No, look at this.
But like, here's the thing with the Yankees' top guys, they're not though. That's the thing.
The you want to know what the top 4 here is on the New York Post? The New York Post does Babe Ruth at 1, Lou Gehrig at 2, Mickey Mantle at 3, Joe DiMaggio at 4, Yogi Berra at 5, Derek Jeter at 6. So they wouldn't even have these guys on the Mount Rushmore. 7, Mariano at 7, Whitey Ford at 8.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want to look up career accomplishments of Whitey Ford compared to Aaron Judge?
Shout out, played baseball with his grandson.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, the librarian at our elementary school used to talk to me about him all the time. I don't know, I think granddaughter or something. She was, I don't know what she was to him. Cousin, something. But yeah, No, Whitey Ford. I know he's a Long Island guy, right?
I'm not sure, but his family ended up, I think, living there, and
there, right?
that's why we were
Yeah.
obviously, exposed to his distant family. But
Yeah, I can't believe I can't I can't believe this Aaron Hicks thing, because like it's literally you want to hear his averages. So he had that 1 year. This is the year he got the contract off of, when he hit 248 with 27 bombs. Okay. The year before he hit 266 with 15 bombs. Since then it's been 235, 225, 194, 216 with 8 home runs last season in 130 games played.
He was every day, basically.
In 130 games played, he had 83 hits. Oh my gosh. And 8 home runs. It's insane, dude. It literally is insane. His WAR this year in 28 games played was a negative .63.
Got to be negative this year.
It's a negative .63, dude. And they were paying this guy an average of $10 million a year. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
The whole organization is just proven right now that they're a mess.
It's not just them, though.
I understand, but what I'm saying is,
dude, it's crazy.
What I'm saying is, though, is right. The Yankees organization has always been elite. Like that. That's the way it's been for the longest time. With Mr. Steinbrenner and since his passing, dude, it's just been a mess. And the fact that they continue to keep Aaron Boone around as well is an absolute joke.
It's rewarding failure.
The guy has been a scrub manager.
And it's not even the fact that he hasn't won a championship.
No.
It's literally not even. It is so hard to win a World Series. Sure. Everybody gets that. It is what it is there. Like, if you don't get it done, it is what it is. But it's the fact that every time they're in the situation, they F it up. They literally F it up so bad.
Even past that point, though, with the Yankees, the thing that
with the same methods.
To me, they literally put out the same exact team every single year, and they expect a different result. And it's just like the fact that they're getting paid the amount of money they are to put the same thing out there. It's just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, it is. It honestly is like it's
right.
Nuts.
They lose to the Astros every single time. Every time.
Every time.
Same thing, and they don't correct anything that they need in order to beat a team like that.
Agreed. Yeah, I really don't get it.
Yeah, it's
I don't get it. And they're so what's their last okay, so they've actually been playing well,
better,
huh?
Yeah.
Last 10 they're 8-2. Yeah. How about the Orioles, dude? How about the Orioles, man? It's sick. It's really cool to see that. Everybody in the AL East is above 500. It's because they're playing. Are they playing each other less?
Maybe they haven't played each other. I believe they are. We talked about that. I think that they reduced it a little bit.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. But the AL Central, brutal. Oh my gosh, brutal. I'm just going through the standings here. Some of these teams. I'm happy. The Angels are hanging in there. 25 and 23. I'd love to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
obviously. Braves are nasty, but they're not. They're kind of on a.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see?
Let's go over the.
Let's pull it up right now. Let's pull this up right now. Actually, did you see a Arm Barn podcast guest yesterday?
You talking about Elijah? Oh.
No. Well, we can talk about that in a second too, but no, hasn't been a guest. This guy's been on the show.
No, which one?
Jared Schuster, baby. Shout out to Shu. I shot him over a text yesterday. Just said good win, buddy, because I believe, I want to say, let me see here. Just want to make sure I get this right before I say it. Yeah, so yesterday was his first win. So he had 3 starts so far. I believe. I want to say around 3 starts. Okay, game started 4. So he's had 4 starts. And yesterday he threw 6-1 and gave up 1 earned run, and they got the win 3-2. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see that. Shu's a really good dude. He's the guy. I know. I think I've said this to you, but he's the guy who let me live with him in the room in Mississippi. So like I was obviously I got moved up to Mississippi to, for an extra month out of my life. I'm joking a little bit. It was actually obviously fun winning the championship, being a part of that for sure. But I get moved up to Mississippi with a month left in the season. I get there. They give you a week at the hotel. So they give you a week at the hotel, and then they're like, a little bit. They're like, kind of figure it the hell out. So I could either pay at the hotel, which would have been basically my entire check for the month, which I would have been okay because they give us food and stuff. I would have lived, but in terms of bullshit, still bullshit. I would have survived. I'd still be sitting here right now, but, wouldn't have been as exactly comfortable. So what I did was listen, Jackson, Mississippi, not the greatest of areas. We're just going to leave it at that here. But just in terms of like finding like a nice Airbnb or like something that would be reasonably priced in terms of hotel for the month, it wasn't going to happen. So I found an Airbnb, found a room. I was there for like 5 days. Said, F this, I can't stay here. There's just no way. Schuster then gets moved up to AA, like I want to say like maybe like a week after me for the playoff run for like the last couple weeks of the season. He gets there. He's got the hotel for the remainder of the season. So I literally, I texted him, or I might have just asked him in the locker room. I was like, hey, do you have an extra bed in your room? He's like, yeah. I'm like, would you care if the last couple weeks I stayed with you there? And him being the first rounder, he definitely did not have to do this. Nice. He let me crash there for the entirety of the rest of the season. So Shu, all-time guy for sure. He got his first win yesterday, had a really good start. So that was pretty cool to see. And then, you just brought it up. Elijah Nunez. I'm gonna actually. I don't want to bother him now, but maybe once all this stuff dies down, maybe we can get him on. I'll even shoot him over a text or DM him and see if we can get him on, because it'd be cool if TCU makes it to the College World Series, because they won, right?
I believe so. This weekend should be, I think, conference
tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I know. I don't know. I know softball started earlier.
They're always a week ahead. A week or two.
Yeah. So that stuff's been going on. Honestly, I like watching that. I don't know about you. It's fast paced. I really don't mind college softball at all, and I wish they would push it more. And obviously, they do the College World Series. The College World Series is pushed for sure.
ESPN's been playing it a lot. They even had like a. I think they called it like 7 innings, whatever they called it. But basically, it was essentially NFL Red Zone for the College World Series.
Oh, that's sick.
So it just bounced around all the stuff going on in the regionals. So
cool. Yeah, no, I'll definitely watch that. Like during the week, I watched it. This weekend, we went up to the lake on Saturday. And it was kind of like we went up really quick, so we were kind of like doing a bunch of stuff, so we didn't really watch much TV or nothing this weekend. But that I love college softball. I think it's like interesting. A lot. The Oklahoma team is insane.
Did you see that UCLA got knocked out already?
Yeah, I know they got upset, right? They got upset game 1, and then they came out to Liberty. I think they lost to Liberty or something.
GCU. So shout out to GCU. Yeah.
And then I know that's what I'm saying. It was GCU, and then I think they came out again in that like the elimination game, and they lost to Liberty. Liberty, right? Yeah. Did you see Washington's comeback?
No, I did not.
Dude, Washington was down 6. It wasn't a walk-off. It wasn't a walk-off because I think it was the top of the inning. But they were down 6 in the last inning, and they came all the way back, and they won it in the last inning. Place was going nuts. Just in terms of sports overall, like in terms of women's sports especially, this is a good segue, by the way. I didn't even mean to do this, but this is a good segue to something I want to talk about. But in terms of women's sports, softball definitely should get pushed more, because in terms of fast pace, you're in and out. I mean, you're in and out in an hour and a half most of the time. If both teams are good, if it's a good competitive game, you're either getting mercy ruled by Oklahoma in an hour and a half, or the game's done in an hour and a half, 2 hours, which I love. That's why I liked watching Nicole's games for that reason. It was nice, easy, fast-paced. But that brings me into something about women's sports. Okay, I don't know if you saw this, but I don't want to talk about it too much. But
Yeah.
Brittney Griner,
Yeah.
you see her? She made her debut.
I did. Yeah, I
Her
saw her
comeback?
coach's comments too. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm getting to here. It's exactly what I'm getting to here. Brittney Griner makes her emotional, heroic return to the WNBA.
Yeah.
She broke
Wait.
the law.
Hold on. Are you saying that you don't think that it's emotional and heroic what she did?
I would say it's more. I mean, if they wanted to call it a.
I think she's a hero. I want you to know that.
No, wait. What am I looking for here? When you go through like a traumatic. That's what it should have been called. That's what the headline should say. Her traumatic return. That would be fine. She sat in a Russian jail for several months. That's fine. It was probably a little traumatizing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sitting there, going through some of that shit, definitely traumatizing. But why not heroic?
Yeah, dude.
She fucked up. She fucked up.
Didn't.
And they're calling me heroic? Listen, I don't care that much.
Yeah.
I don't care that much. I don't. But it's just like, yo, what? Heroic?
Yeah, dude.
Heroic? You have females out there that are actually heroes. Sports people that are heroes that make an absolute impact on the community, in the sports world. You have great females that you could highlight. And you're going to highlight as a heroic return, a person who broke the law and did something stupid, and then she's gonna come out. I don't know if this is a real quote, but then she said she wants to stand for the. Is that
sure
real?
That
did you see this?
One of the ones that were kneeling and whatnot, and I think
that's what I'm saying. And then she said, and then she flipped it, and she said all of a sudden she's proud to stand or something. I don't know the exact quote.
But
so whoever listens,
gonna stand now. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what it takes. This is what it takes, people. And it still won't work. This still won't work. They're still going to push their narrative that this country is racist and we don't have freedoms and we're systematically fucked.
Yeah.
Oppressed. And meanwhile, now you see, go live in Russia then. Go live in a country. Go somewhere else. Find another place that's less racist than the United States. Please. And if you do, guess what? That place has all one race. Those places are not a melting pot. Those places aren't mixed. It's all one race. The least racist countries in the world are 100%. All one race. And they're going to keep it that way because they're it's literally nuts. So that kind of crap pissed me off. And then going right back to what you said, where I was trying to get to, was literally the coach's comments. What?
Oh,
what?
Here's the problem: is that they live in an absolute delusional world that they feel that they are legit. It goes back to Brittney Griner during the last Olympic Games, when it was either the last one or the one before that, when she was talking about how she would be the best big or the second best big on Team USA, and said that she could take out DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one.
DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one.
To Gino Auriemma's credit, who
love
again,
that.
Obviously, arguably the best, if not one of the best women's coaches of all time, said that he would literally take every dime, including his house, everything he owns, and put it on DeMarcus Cousins to win that matchup. Right? But what I'm getting at is it goes to the fact that they live in this delusional world where they feel like because they're the best when it comes to women, that they then can come in and step in and be the best when it comes to men. When quite frankly, it's not even close. It's
Venus and Serena, another two people that they can talk about this freely, and I love that. Serena Williams is unbelievable. She's
the greatest.
Unbelievable tennis player, literally unreal. She smokes. She's literally a beast. She smokes everybody. She's a beast.
Women's tennis player of all time.
Yes. And she played a dude 203, her, and they get wrecked. So it's nothing to do with anything. Like literally, it has nothing to do with that kind of stuff. And they bring it upon themselves. Just go out and play basketball and do your thing. And you're gonna get money. You're gonna get, even though that WNBA is operating at a loss and it's a tax write-off for the NBA. Oops.
Hey, even though they give out free tickets to the Brittney Griner games at the Fry's across the street from the center in downtown Phoenix when you check out. Did you know that?
They give you free tickets?
There's been times where you can, like, literally you'll go in, you buy something, and then they like will print you out a free ticket to the game right across the street. Well, but again, what it really comes down to is.
But it should have been sold out.
Yeah, she made the comments it should have been sold out in LA.
So they give out free tickets and they can't sell it out. So therefore, this world, like it's almost like, why do people, not me, I'm not saying me, now it doesn't even have to be, why do people in general, if this is a country on freedom, that what they're saying, right? That's what all of these people say, is everybody wants, okay, well, the choice has been made by those people who have the freedom to where they're not giving you their money, and they're never going to give you their money because it's never going to happen. It'll literally never happen unless major things change. Now, women's college basketball this year. You have a superstar like that. The LSU girl, excuse me for forgetting her name.
Multiple superstars. You're talking about Asia Wilson, right? Or was that what it was?
So like, no.
I'll look it up right now.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Whatever, I forget her name. But either way, unbelievable. Like the way she trash talked, it brought attention. Like I don't want to, like, maybe, I don't know, positively is the word, but just like good attention. That's a better way to describe it. It's good attention to the sport. It caused beef.
Yeah.
I love that. Competitive beef, talking shit. That's great. You're 100% should do that in sports. We need more of that. Angel Reese. Yeah. The rivalry between her and Caitlin Clark was great. And guess what? It happened. It happened naturally. So it was the best year for women's basketball, best ratings in college women's basketball ever. And guess what it did? It happened naturally, because that's how this world works. That's how sports work. That's how business works.
I just think the worst thing these women's athletes can continue to do is keep trying to push the narrative that there is no difference. Like that's the big thing, because dude, like anyone who's ever played sports, to include most logical women, who are most women.
Yes. Considering what? Who are we married to?
And athletes.
Who?
Yeah.
I was just about to say college athletes who get they get pissed off more than us. Nicole gets pissed off more than me at this.
And right, because we've even talked about it, right? With Allie's, brother playing college volleyball. Like, dude, guys would murder women at volleyball. Like injure them. And we've actually seen it. We've seen it now with all this new movement to have, boys come in and essentially play freaking women's sports. So they're hurting.
Yeah, what's that girl's? Yeah, have you seen that girl? It's that blonde girl who swam against.
Riley Gaines. Yeah.
Riley Gaines. Yeah, she gets wrecked.
She didn't get wrecked.
No. I'm saying not she gets wrecked. I'm saying she gets wrecked by the media. Yeah, I'm not saying the sport. Yeah, no, not in the sport. No, not like athletically. I'm talking like it's crazy.
With her, what's crazy too is that she actually literally tied the. I'm gonna just say it. She tied the man that was allowed to swim in her division. So she tied him, and then they told her straight up that Leah gets the trophy. So she busts her ass her entire life to become the greatest swimmer in her division in the country, ties with a boy who was ranked like in the hundreds in the men's and was ass. And then she gets told, because of this movement that's being pushed currently, she gets told that she doesn't get to keep the trophy.
I'm just sick. I'm literally like today coming on here after just some of this crap that I've seen this week. Like today was almost like this week was my final straw. Like I'm done. I'm giving my opinions. If people want to if I get fired from my job, if I get, I really at this point, I am so sick of nobody speaking up I'm so sick of this bullshit because don't get me wrong, I shouldn't say
there's
nobody
people.
because
Yeah,
there's
for
people
sure.
out there. There's people
Yeah.
now that speak up and there's people that say things. Even like for example, like I love like the one thing that keeps me like engaged in basketball minimally is fucking Chuck and Shaq, man. They're great, dude. They're great. They comment on stuff like this and they do it in a good way. They do it in a very Switzerland way to where they're not really taking sides, but it's at least there are some people out there. There are some people out there, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to have trouble. I'm starting to have trouble really biting my tongue because it's going to start to affect our kids.
I think the big thing here too, when it comes to like the men and women's sports debate, 2 points that I have, and then we can speak about more. But the first one is that what annoys me too is that there's a lot of prominent, very formerly dominant female athletes that are on the tail end of their career that are really pushing this men and women's sports thing. And it's ironic to me because they're literally leaving and retiring and they're not the ones that are going to have to compete against them. So I think that's one thing that annoys me. And I'm talking like Megan Rapinoe, I'm talking Sue Bird, like big time women's sports athletes that were great, right? But now have just gone so, for lack of a better term, woke, and like they keep pushing this men and women's sports thing, and I just do find it very ironic that they're recently retiring or have just retired, and
especially the soccer, considering they get a higher percentage of their earnings,
and yes,
they literally get a way higher percentage of their earnings than the men do.
That's one thing.
So it doesn't even make any sense.
Two, I think the only way that this is going to be addressed properly is if we do have like women, unfortunately, because most of the time I think that we can
say it all we want. We can say it all we want. Yeah,
women are going to have to step up in this one and fight a lot of this battle.
And what's I keep forgetting her name. Gaines is a prime example of doing Riley Gaines is a prime example of doing something good like this.
For example,
but I would say
this weekend in California, there's it was a high school track meet, and I think an actual female came in first, and then a boy came in second, and then I think third, fourth, and fifth obviously were all girls, but now like only the top three make it to the state meet. So now the girls underneath that, so like the fourth place winner should be going to state, but she doesn't get to go. So like to me, what it's going to take is it's going to take all of those girls coming together, the parents, the moms, the dads, like, again, coming back to the family saying, hey, this is not okay. My girl has worked her ass off to get to this level. Physically, it's just a fact. Physically, girls cannot compete with boys. They can't. Now, again, you're going to have a couple freaks that, yes, they could be better than the crappy boys. But basically, any mid-level, even slightly probably below-level, physically developed boy is going to be able to dominate in women's sports. So it's going to take these women and moms and dads of these girls to come together and freaking put a stop to this, and more people need to step up.
Could you imagine they did it in CrossFit?
Right, and again, there's a cut. So
could you imagine they did it in CrossFit?
That like maybe if they did like a distance running thing, like the women would be great.
Yeah.
But if we're saying though that women have to do the same weights as men, they're getting blown out every time.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I don't get it, and it's not demeaning.
No,
it's literally just life. It's literally just fucking life, dude. I don't fucking get it, dude. It drives me nuts. And then the fact that like shit gets said, like that shit should get fucking sold out. I mean, fuck this. Yeah. I'm so over it, dude. I am so over it. Like my glass has completely overflowed with my patience just because I'm starting to like really, obviously living with Nicole these last couple months, I'm starting to get like obviously like mentally prepared for having a kid. And like, I'm not saying it's going to be quick after we get married, but like, no, oh my gosh, no. But She would. Are you kidding me? That would be the worst nightmare ever. Because she'd be like, my dress. She'd be like, my dress. She'd be like, no. But yeah, no, dude. It's just like I'm starting to think like if I have a daughter who's
Yeah.
a stud, right? And all of a sudden
Yeah.
this happens, I am going
Wait.
I'm gonna kill somebody.
But, like, even if she isn't a stud, she's still like, it doesn't even matter. It's just the fact that she's like going to the Riley Gaines thing too. Like she had to be in the locker room changing next to the.
Yeah, I didn't even. I forgot. I remember why I got pissed off this week, and that was the thing that she said. She went on some show and was explaining that shit, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was literally like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah, no. So there's
Oh
even
my
I know
gosh.
stories, and like again, I even know more stories that come close to home with this whole movement that's going on right now. And like they're literally so to her point, it's not just her. This is across the board that right now is that if women step up and they say like, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable changing with this individual," like they still have a freaking men's genitalia and they're in the women's locker room changing. This is happening in the workplace too, right? And then they're actually telling the girls who are filing the complaints that they need to figure out a way to become more comfortable with it and inclusive to it. And it's just like what are we doing? You know, it's just not appropriate. And again, more people do need to stand up to this. And again, right, like I've got two girls. Chances are they're gonna play sports, right? Like this is going to be a battle. And I mean,
it's insane.
Like, you know how
it's
we
insane.
are. I'm not
insane.
about to be one that's going to just go along with it.
No.
Like it's not happening.
No.
So
it's just, yeah, it is. It's starting to get to the point where it's just stop shoving this shit down our throats and stop pretending like it's like totally okay, especially in the world of sports. If you want to do it, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. If you want to be a transgender, if you want to dress like the opposite, I don't care. I literally don't care. Do your thing.
Absolutely.
Live your life. But the fact that it's literally creeping into sports, something that's so pure, something that's so pure, it's just a mess. Yeah. It's a mess, dude. It's a mess. And it starts with Target. It starts with Target's new line.
Oh, dude,
did you see this shit?
Ones, man. Did you see
Yo, I have trouble. Nicole loves Target. Yeah, Nicole loves Target. I literally walked in there the other day. The first thing you see is children's, not regular Pride clothes. No. It's not like an adult little Pride section that they have going on for the month of June. It's literally an entire humongous kids section of all this crap. And I saw a TikTok where the girl goes, this girl, great, whoever this is, great human being, goes in and starts grabbing some of the clothes, like looking through it. The fit, so they have like on the tags, they have like a describing of the fit. It's a children's clothes, and they're talking about like butt fit and you know, just I forget exactly what the quotes were, like in terms of what it said exactly on the tag, but it's literally talking about like making sure it like fits a certain way, snug fit or something. And I'm like, it's a kid's bathing suit. Right. It's a kid's bathing suit.
So I think that's the thing that people need to realize too, and I think more people are starting to step up and realize that, hey, this is a battle that's going to have to be taken head on. Is because again, nobody cares if you want to do if you decide that you want to live your life as a female, as an adult, go do your thing, or vice versa. No one cares. Do your thing. Have fun. Fully support. I fully support them having the right to do all that. Be free. Like, this is the greatest country in the world, in my opinion, that you have the ability to go do that. Now the issue becomes is now that community is going after kids, and now they're bringing kids into it, and that's where it's like, nope. Because to me, that then goes to show that you don't care about you just getting to dress like that. You want to now. You want everybody. Again, you want everybody to do. Is that they freaking have mental health issues and they are interested in these kids, and that's a big no-no. So
Yeah, no, it is. It's crazy. And like, could you imagine? I just decided to wake up tomorrow and said I'm gonna identify as Michelle and I'm gonna go play professional softball?
Which right now, like, how are they gonna say no?
What would they could I compete in the next Olympics?
So the only with that
Can I
with
do
that
like could I
example,
do that?
I don't know because I don't know how the international rules are in terms of like the Olympic Committee. But like
Yeah.
to me though, right? If so I think it's going to be a very interesting situation. Yeah.
I'm confused.
Well,
Like, I don't even. Would that be possible?
Basketball, they had that one like 40-year-old dude who's like, "Yeah, I'm a girl."
That's what I'm saying. I don't have any years of eligibility left, unfortunately. But
I think
I don't know.
Because again, like, you know, hypothetically speaking, if you literally and here's what's crazy to me too, is there doesn't even have to be any sort of commitment to the actual change. That's the wild part as well. So
no, there's a guy. There's a politician. He just did like some. I forget who he is, but there's a politician who's like identifying as a Native American female now. And he literally, that's what, like, he's the first, he's literally, like, he's a Republican doing it out of spite, obviously. But, like, but it's, according to their logic, it's completely fine.
They came in because they were trying to protest him, and he's like, hey, I'm submitting to your rules. I'm following your rules.
Yes.
You now have to accept me. You know? So I think.
Yes. So why wouldn't everybody just put they, them on their college applications now?
You probably get more acceptance.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Let's be done with this.
I'm sure it won't be the last time something like this.
No, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm opening up the floodgates. Like I said, I'm over this. I'm over it. If it ends up being to where, you know, somebody complains about what I'm saying, you know what? That means people are seeing what I'm saying, and that means it's fucking people are listening. So I don't give a fuck anymore.
We haven't said anything out of turn. Nothing. No, and it's literally, guess what this is? This is my opinion on this shit. So if anybody wants to, fine. If you can have yours. If you think it should be okay, if you think all this shit is totally fine, go live your shitty fucking life then. Yeah. I really don't care, because this shit is ridiculous, dude. I'm serious, because like I said, like going back, like I've just been thinking a lot more about being a dad. Obviously, like I'm getting married in 4 months. A year from now, we could be talking about finally starting to start a family and things like that. And we've talked about this, the narrative of homeschooling 15 years ago. 15 years ago, it was like the parents were a little crazy. The parents were like trying to keep them away from, like, you know, trying to keep them safe from bullshit, you know, like bullying or something like that, to where it's just like it could affect them socially. Now, I think it's the exact opposite. I think if you send them to school, I'm not saying everywhere, and I'm not saying like, obviously 100% of the time, but I'm saying there's a greater chance if you send them to school that they're socially, for example, high school, elementary school in this town. Okay, Nicole's full-time sub at the elementary school in the town. We know high school. She obviously coaches at the high school here in town as well. 30-minute brain breaks, 5 mental health days a year. Really? So they have so then when they get into the workforce and nobody can lock it in for more than 30 fucking minutes at a time, what the fuck are they doing? We were literally talking about it this weekend up at the lake with everybody. 30-minute brain breaks. So she can't do anything for more than 30 minutes at a time without giving them a brain break. And then it's literally 5 days of mental health. You get 5 days of mental health. She has kids that have missed so many days of school and that are behind on material and behind in learning, and they're just going to move on. Right. They're literally just going to move on, and they're just going to keep it going. It's this is what I'm saying. Like I've been exposed to different things these last couple of weeks, and I have a new fire lit in terms of this podcast and what I want to fucking say, because this is what I wanted it to be. And now I'm done with the bullshit. I'm literally done with the bullshit. It's fucking joke. All right, let's get to some positive shit. Crazy, right? Yeah, we could do another 2
Um,
hours on that because
yeah,
I got so much. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's fucking nuts. But all right, golf this
Yeah,
week was pretty
Kepka, right?
cool.
Kepka.
Like literally, yeah, Koepka winning. I love Koepka. I'm so glad. I forget when the last
It
time he
looks like
won
the
was, but
beef's
it's
been
been a bit.
squashed. Did you see that? Between him and what's his name? DeChambeau.
DeChambeau.
So he was, I think he was the
Uh,
first one to congratulate him when he won. Yeah.
really? Yeah. So
It's
when
been a
was the
minute,
last
dude.
time he
It's
won?
probably
I
been
don't
like
remember.
almost
I'm trying.
2 years.
Koepka also won the U.S. Open in back-to-back years at Aaron. Oh no, I'm trying to see here
In
in
terms
the
of a
article.
major, dude, I think it's been 2 years, like 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a bit. It's definitely been a bit. So yeah, I was pumped that he because he's been in it. Like in the Masters, he was in it. So he's been in it a couple times, and he just like after watching the documentary and stuff too, like he went through a bunch of struggles in terms of just a rut, stuff like that. So it was super cool to see him put it together. I've always liked Koepka, and I think he's cool. So that was awesome. The other thing that I wanted to bring up just because it deserves some attention. I've like literally I've seen it a bunch on TikTok. I'm sure you've seen it pop up. I know you're not like a huge golf guy by any means. I'm starting to get more into it. It's honestly one of the, I kind of do like it in terms of like the majors. I'm not gonna watch like all of them, but TPC Scottsdale's sick.
Right.
The majors are cool. Did you see
I did.
Michael Block?
So I didn't see. Obviously I didn't watch much of it this weekend, but I did see his sick hole in one.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, but let me, if you don't know, so it's pretty cool, this story. So they do a thing, and I'm not a golf guy, so in terms of like I don't know like the ins and outs, but generally speaking here, I'll kind of give a loose summary of what he is. And so they do a thing, and I know this isn't the only tournament they do this at, but like the head pros around the country.
Yeah.
So if you're a head pro at a golf course, you can play in some of these tournaments. You can try to qualify. And usually, generally speaking, this is why this is so big this week.
Right.
Generally speaking, they don't make the cut. So, like, usually they don't make the cut. This motherfucker comes out. This motherfucker comes out hot. And don't get me wrong, he's not a bad golfer. He's known. Now, don't get me wrong. He's not making millions and millions and millions doing it, but like, he's still made some money in golf. He does, he's the pro there. He gives lessons, obviously, stuff like that. Yeah, he's doing all right. He said he made a purse one time. I think he made his highest purse was $75K, but then other than that one, that was one time. Other than that one, it was like $4,500 was his biggest purse. He made like over $300K this week, and he got invited back. So you automatically qualify for next year's. And I saw a TikTok today where another tournament invited him to play. So this is literally going to change. He's 40. He's 46 years old, and he's literally I saw a quote from him. He's like, it's not going to get better than this. He's like, it's literally not going to get better than this for me. This is unbelievable. So it was great. I mean, that hole in one, the dunk, it's probably one of the greatest shots in a major's history. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was really unbelievable to watch him. His reaction to getting paired with McIlroy was unbelievable too. They told him, some reporter was just like, hey, did you see the pairings for tomorrow? He's like, you're playing with Rory McIlroy. He's like, seriously? He's like, are you being serious? I was like, and he's 46. Awesome. And then he was talking about, the reporter said, you're beating John Rahm.
Right.
At the podium, he's like, you're beating John Rahm. And he was basically like, oh, dang, like that. Like, and he started talking, he got a little emotional. It's just, I love this kind of shit. Like, it's just awesome. These kinds of things, especially as a 46-year-old, just seems like a good guy. Everybody in the TikTok comments was saying his personal lessons, his private lesson prices probably just went up. But the thing is guys like that, they probably might go in the opposite direction. He honestly, or stay the same. Yeah. No, that's exactly how I think of it. Don't get me wrong, he absolutely could. But yeah, no, I thought that was such a cool story. Like really, really cool. I golfed yesterday. And it was pretty, don't get me wrong, I'm not good. And like, it's not like I'm lucky to break 100. I'm lucky to, I want to shoot around 100. That's usually my goal. I'm talking if I'm really, really keeping track of shots and stuff like that, of course. But yesterday was by far the best I've hit it in all my years of golf. Again, still not good, but it was honestly a lot of fun. John pipe stuff. Nicole is inconsistent
Right.
because she just doesn't practice or doesn't, do anything. But like when she's on, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But John's pretty good. So we played yesterday. You're gonna love this course. Like even like I'm telling you, we're gonna have such a blast that weekend because I told you how we're gonna do it, right? So it'll be so fun. We'll pick names out of a hat. It'll be three teams of three. And basically we all take all three of your team members take the shot. You play it from the best shot. So even if you shank one 900 feet into the woods, you're playing from the other two guys' shots, whoever's shot was the best. So in terms of a good like game for a good group, because I'm letting you know right now, in terms of like golfers, John's pretty good, but again, he's nothing crazy. Nobody's going to be good. If Peyton showed up, whoever Peyton was on was going to win the game because he's insane. But yeah, no, it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game, so it'll be a lot of fun for sure. But all right, moving on from golf, let's get into the NFL here a little bit. I kind of want to just do one thing here. We're going to have what time do we got? Okay, so yeah, we can go for another like 20 minutes, right? All right, cool. So what I want to do is, do you have your game today?
My game for you? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you just didn't do the other one.
I told you I was gonna try and do all-time hits leader, either single season or the top 10 all-time hit leaders, either single season or career. But dude, some of them, even people that love baseball, some of them I will guarantee you have zero chance.
Yeah, because it's probably like somebody that played in like Ty Cobb's era or something.
Not Ty Cobb.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, no, there's no way I would have. I mean, Ichiro is Ichiro on the list?
No, you.
Yeah, so I would have got a couple, but yeah, there's no way. Pete Rose, the leader, probably on the list. Oh, you're saying all-time hits or just single season?
Either one has some names that are like...
It was tough. Some of them?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and by the way, I have some like other ideas for it. Like we could do like, biggest sports movies grossing, or what I'm saying, so you can just do anything. So
actually be attained. And then we'll continue to get a little harder.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Topics, go from there.
For sure. So what I want to do for the NFL right now, just to talk about it a little bit, just for something, I don't know, maybe TikTok or just honestly something interesting here, is let's get our way too early predictions in terms of rushing, passing, receiving leaders. So I didn't even think about it either, so I'm not prepared at all either. But off the dome, who are you thinking? Let's start with passing. Who are you thinking could I mean, there's some obvious answers, the easy answers, like but do you have anybody? Let's say, give your answer. Yeah, passing yards. Give like obviously your take in terms of like your prediction, and then say somebody who you could see basically shocking it.
Well, I'm gonna have to stick with my prediction. I mean, Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
I think Burrow is gonna have a huge year. I sent
you see Headband Burrow.
Headband Burrow. That actually came out right after I gave my prediction last time. So I mean,
I know.
I know. Like I told you on the last show, he has not had an offseason yet in the NFL where he has not either been recovering from injury, got drafted, or had a freak appendectomy and then was completely removed, right? So, I mean, this is his first offseason. He's got his boys back. He's already saying that contractually he wants to hook his boys up and is not really so much worried about his own money. Because he knows he's going to get it.
No, I'm not even kidding you. That's so funny you say this because I was literally literally going to bring this up after you were done making your comments about him being your pick. I was literally going to bring it up. Do you think that's actually going to be? You think it's going to be the case? You think he's going to keep T. Higgins and Jamar Chase there?
I do.
That's crazy.
Now again,
that is crazy. It's good for you in Dynasty too.
Be able to keep like Boyd and all that, but I think he realizes because he's.
I think Boyd's gone after this
Joe
year.
Realizes though that his career and legacy, if he has Jamar and T for the next 8, like I mean, dude, they're gonna put up huge numbers.
Let alone they can then they could add people in the draft.
You already have dude, T. Higgins. I could make an argument back top 12 receiver. So that's what I'm saying.
Easy.
And he has 2 of them.
Easy.
So I just think he knows.
Yeah.
He knows that. Hey,
I agree.
Gonna get money. The money's not going to be a problem.
Who's starting for them at tight end?
And so far, reports are that he's looking decent. His problem is he can't stay on the field. But again, though,
for sure.
If you got T and you got Jamar, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mix, dude.
Yeah, and Tyler Boyd.
So my prediction on
Charlie Jones,
too, who dynasty people in our league, how you don't have certain people on your rosters, insane to me.
Tyler Boyd, here, where the hell's my phone?
No, so I just
go ahead. What were you saying?
Who do I think is going to lead the league in passing and have an absolute monstrous year? I think it's going to be Joe Burrow.
All right, now give me somebody, and I have somebody that's. I promise you, I'm not going to say Trevor Lawrence for the sleeper one, but give me somebody who you think could do it, who maybe people won't necessarily
lead the league in passing.
Yeah,
it's not really it's not a shocker. So it wouldn't.
I got
shocker,
somebody,
but I think based upon how last year went and new situation, let's go Aaron Rodgers. To just come, to come
that's a good
out,
one.
make the transition,
that's a good one.
And tear
I like that.
I think again.
I like that.
Disclaimer: obviously, Jet fan, diehard Jet fan. But I just look at it and go, would it shock me if Aaron Rodgers came to New York and lit it up for a year or two? No. So
I don't think people are giving them enough credit. It's actually blowing my fucking mind. I'm being serious. It's blowing my mind. I forget. It might have been Matt Hasselbeck or one of the Hasselbacks who's on TV a decent amount.
Tim.
It is Matt?
Tim.
Is it Tim? Okay, so whoever Tim Hasselbeck, then he said it. He mentioned it the other day. He was like, dude, they could be really good.
And
he's like, they the people are not giving them enough credit at all. At all. Josh Allen should be shitting himself. Josh Allen should be shitting himself. A motivated Aaron Rodgers. I don't get it. There's no, even on Good Morning Football, love that show, one of my favorite shows. Yeah. They are not giving him enough credit. Nobody's giving the Jets enough credit. And now you're talking to a person who's not biased. I am a Steelers fan. Usually I'm like, oh, here we go. The Jets are fucking talking like they're going to be good and they're going to shit the bed. Yo, I am completely – I'm not on the bandwagon because I don't care. But I'm saying, in terms of on paper, I'd be nervous. I'd be real nervous.
There's not a game that they're going to go into this year where it's going to be they're going to get destroyed. There's not one.
Literally, I don't think I have a Jet on my team, but let me pull up the Jets schedule really quick because I just want to make sure I get it completely right.
On paper is difficult, but people.
No. This is what I'm about to say. So this is where I heard it. This is where I heard it from Tim Hasselbeck because he was this is where he went into how they're being overlooked, almost not overlooked, but just not underrated a little bit. They start out. So this is what they were talking about. They were saying how, everybody's going to panic if they start off slow and, things like that. And there's a chance that they could start off slow. And then Tim Hasselbeck literally goes, okay, but what if they don't? What if they go into Buffalo week 1 and they smack Buffalo, and then they go into Dallas and they beat Dallas, and then they're home against Buffalo. But I just meant go into whatever. But at Dallas, imagine they go Buffalo, Dallas, New England, KC, and they go 4-0, and they're heading into Denver in week 5, 4-0 after beating those fucking teams. 3-1. No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I legitimately, besides the Chiefs game, I would pick them each time. I would pick them each time. Didn't they beat the Jets? Didn't they beat the Bills last year?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Dude, Tim Hasselbeck was running through the shit. Yo, the last time the Jets had a 4,000-yard passer was Joe Namath, bro. Joe fucking Namath. So in terms of I am all in on them being legit. I mean, even if he has his worst, even if he has the same statistical season that he did last year in Green Bay, which is literally his worst one ever, I'm pretty sure. Even if he did that, that would be the best season the Jets had ever had.
What's
Statistically
wild too
speaking,
is
from
that
a quarterback.
last year, first off, he's coming off 2 years of back-to-back MVPs. Then last year, things are kind of a mess, right? But people are forgetting he literally played like 3/4 of the season with a broken thumb on his throwing hand. So like, and again too, he is extreme. You could just tell he is extremely motivated, like extremely motivated.
Yeah, dude. I think the AFC's fucked. If I was Pat Mahomes, I'd be like, fuck. Dude, don't get me wrong.
No.
He's not gonna think like that. He's Pat Mahomes. He's already won 2 Super Bowls. He's unbelievable.
He's got another team.
But I'm just saying, like now I got to go through Aaron Rodgers and the Jets defense.
It's not
it's
just
like,
Rodgers. It's
fuck,
the
dude.
fact that they kept the defense together and they even dude, I think the first round pick from this year is going to actually, since he's going to be used properly, like as a pass rush, they're going to be a problem. I mean, they've got waves of defensive linemen that can come in.
I don't want to play the Jets.
Dude, they're going to resign.
I don't want to play the Jets.
The deal's going to get done. Like, yeah, no, that's why, to your point, I think Aaron Rodgers is a sleeper to lead the league in passing. So,
agreed. I think he'll probably be my MVP prediction as well, but that's just me. But okay, my passing leader. I personally, I don't really know here. I think it could be a couple guys. I think it could be a couple guys, but I am actually gonna go. I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers as like my pick. And then my sleeper is going to be Jared Goff because I think they're going to be fucking really, really good. And if he had another year in the offense, there's no questions this year. Remember last year coming into it, it was like Jared Goff, like, this could be the season they replace him in the draft. They did. Obviously they got Hendon Hooker, but they didn't replace him in the draft. So yeah, I think Jared Goff could win MVP too. I really do think he could have an MVP season. I wouldn't shock me at all. And again, I promise you, it's not because he's on my dynasty team. I've been high on the Detroit Lions for a while.
I think you're for sure.
And Gibbs, I think is everything across the board. Their O-line is unreal. I think they're going to be really, really good. So I'm excited to see what they do. Who do they? I know obviously Jamison Williams is out now. The problem here is who's going to be their 2 receivers? Did they sign somebody? Oh my gosh, dude. Amon-Ra can score a gazillion points in fantasy. Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
And dude, I think
Sam god.
Okay. Step in and be good for them too, yeah.
Agreed.
Take away from
totally agree. Totally agree.
Real football. I think he's going to have an early impact potentially,
100%
with them, so
100%. Even the other guy's not bad. He had a couple big games. He scored like 3 touchdowns in the game, like their backup tight end.
Everyone's saying out of Lions camp that Laporta is literally like he's having
a
the
beast.
Best camp at
I know. Rookie. I would have taken him. I would have taken him with my pick if he was there, but he got taken before me.
If Mayer was off the board, but I
gone.
Yeah, in college for.
Yeah, so I think I really do. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do it. They were talking like, it was in our group chat. If they got Devontae, no fucking way.
Though. I will say this: I don't think Devontae's not going anywhere. I would not be surprised with the cap space moves that the Jets have been making recently if they try and make a push to grab D-Hop.
Be crazy.
I would not be surprised by that.
It'd be crazy.
Clip this if it happens.
It'd be crazy. My pick will look real good if that happens. So, yeah. If that happens, I will feel real good about that way too early prediction there. But yeah, those are my 2 guys. I think Aaron Rodgers, I think he's going to have an MVP season. I think it's going to be one of the best seasons of his career. I think it'll be crazy. And if they get D-Hop, that'd be nuts. Yep. But Jared Goff, sleeper there. All right, rushing leader. Who do you got?
This is not because all of these guys that I'm saying are on my fantasy team, but I think this is going to be the final big year of his life, and I think Derrick Henry is going to reclaim it.
I could see it. You think Will Levis is going to eventually start there this year?
Some games, yeah. I thought, well, what's his name's done?
Dude,
Malik Willis is done. He's done. That was a failed
Oh my
experiment from
God.
the jump.
Yeah.
The fact
Oh
that
my
anyone
gosh.
was, yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
God the Steelers
But
didn't take him,
I
dude.
just look at that team
Oh
and I
my
go,
gosh.
like it's Derrick Henry, like, and I haven't. Everyone
Yeah.
wants to say, yeah, he's 29, right? But like, dude, also, like, it's Derrick Henry. He's a freak.
No, we've
He's-
never seen anything.
He's a
Yeah, we've
freak,
never
and
seen
I
anything
just-
like
I
Derrick
just look
Henry.
at it and I go, I don't see another situation where where like a dude is going to be a sole carrier. Like, I know they drafted Tyjae Spears, but again, irrelevant in terms of like actual football and what's going on. So I just look at it. There's very few single running back rooms that it's like clear cut. He's going to get a crap load of feeds. So I just think Derrick Henry is going to be the dude.
Kareem
Still
Hunt isn't
free
back
agent.
with the Browns as of right now, right? Yeah, if he doesn't sign back
Chubb.
with the Browns, I'm taking Nick Chubb here.
No, that's
Yeah, I think that's like obviously a little bit of a safe pick.
Because I mean, right?
But yeah,
in theory, if Deshaun is what he was before, it'll open the offense up as well. Yeah,
open it up a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, so I think Nick Chubb
fair.
has a good
Sleeper,
shot.
dude,
Any sleepers
I'll
there?
go, rushing leader. I'll go sleeper if he stays with the Vikings, Dalvin Cook. And again, I think for the two guys that I mentioned, it's back end. Like, this would be like the last hurrah.
Yeah, I get nervous about Dalvin Cook because he's literally never played a full
Well,
season.
so I think
like,
that's
ever.
a pretty decent misconception. He just doesn't play the full 17. He'll play like 16. But like, I still think in
That's what I'm
16
saying.
games, second year in this offense, I think this offense could explode.
They pass
No,
too
for
much,
sure.
though, I feel
They
like.
do. It's sleeper.
But I guess sleeper.
Yeah.
That's why he's a sleeper.
I feel very strongly, by the way, that it's going to be Derrick Henry.
I'm taking a sleeper. I didn't take one of my fantasy guys as my prediction, but I'm taking one of my fantasy guys as the sleeper. And I'm taking Dameon Pierce, and here's why. I know they got Devin Singletary, but their O-line is greatly improved. I don't know who. Don't quote me. This is the kind of stuff I'm not the best at, but I know for a fact they signed a couple guys. They might have drafted a guy. They've invested in it. So I think, again, they're going to be running the football. They're going to want to run the football. Dameon Pierce, I think, is legit. So I think he could be a sleeper there. All right, receiving. Who do you got? My pick's going to be hilarious.
To lead the league in receiving.
No.
Right.
Yeah, not a bad pick. Me, again, not a bad pick, but no.
To me, this is not because I have him in fantasy also, but to me, it's just an
obviously,
right now because I think he's going to go down as the greatest receiver ever, and I think we could also see Jamar Chase go down as the second best receiver ever, which is wild that we have two of them in the same era. They play on the same college team, same age, everything.
Same age.
But it's Justin Jefferson, and I don't really think I need much of an explanation on that because it's basically just
you don't need an explanation. I'm not taking Justin Jefferson, though. And I think actually you're going to, once I say this, you're actually going to be like, okay, that's actually a possibility, which is Cooper Kupp. That's who I'm taking. Cooper Kupp. I mean, if he's there in redraft, oh my gosh. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Easy pick. I don't care about the injury. What did he tear his ACL?
Something like that, maybe. Something.
Ankle or something. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I'm taking Cooper Kupp as the receiving leader. But okay. All right. That's really all I got. What time is it? Okay, we're good here. All right, fire it up. What do you got for your? What do you got for my challenge of the week here?
We talked about earlier. I was going to try and make it a little more difficult. Which this one you're still gonna have to bring your A game. But I was gonna go with all-time hits leaders or the all-time either single season or all-time, right? And dude, some of the names were like Pee Wee McGee and freaking Jack Johnson Smith and some like just wild, just like old school baseball names. So We're gonna lock it in here with let's go with most single season home runs in MLB history. So top 10.
Okay.
And you get 3 strikes, right?
All right.
3 strikes?
Well,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on here with my headphones.
I can speak, yeah.
Can you
There's
speak?
a couple duplicate names.
There we go.
Of course, right? Just like there was with the passing, because the GOATs, but
100%.
but yeah, so you get 3 strikes. Most
single season home runs
in MLB history, top 10. There's a yeah.
Okay, so Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds. Where is he at?
Number one. 73.
73?
Yep.
Mark
He's at
McGwire.
2 and 4.
How many total are there? Am I allowed to know that? Just as I check them off, you could be like, once I get to like 2 more, I guess you could just say like, okay, there's 2 more guys, I guess. Because okay, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa.
On there twice. Sammy Sosa's on there 3 times.
Okay. Okay. So Bonds, McGwire, Sosa. Hank Aaron? Wow.
Yeah.
That's just consistency, huh?
So right now with what you have, you have the top 6. So you need
Okay, so I need 3 more people?
4 more people. Because there's
4 more
tie.
people.
I'll give you that hint.
Shit. Okay. Bonds, McGwire, Sosa.
Yep.
Is Judge on there? Okay, so Judge. This is where now. Am I missing someone easy right now? Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey.
When I tell you one
shit.
Yeah, when I tell you one of them for sure, you're gonna be like, duh. Down to your final strike.
Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Aaron Judge. I'm trying to think here. I'm definitely forgetting somebody idiotic. Who has hit a shit ton in a season? Am I really forgetting somebody that? Oh, Babe Ruth. Okay, so Babe Ruth. All right, we're back.
2 seasons. So he hit 60 in 1927, and he hit 59 in 1921.
I'm like directly. You gotta understand. My head directly went to the steroid era.
But yeah, Babe Ruth was the idiotic one that I was saying that you didn't get. So there's 2 more guys. There's 2 more guys that you gotta hit. They're the toughest.
Are these the toughest by far?
If you like, you're not gonna be surprised when I tell you. If you don't get them.
All right, I'm gonna go with Josh Hamilton. How many has he hit?
The people that I'm about to tell you.
All right, so I lost. Who do you got?
Well, but here's the thing.
I would have never got that.
Judge just broke Maris's record. So
broke his record, yeah, fair.
Right? And then Maris had 61. And then the last one, who I didn't think you were going to get because of a healthy disdain that I think we both have for him at times, is Giancarlo Stanton.
Holy shit!
His MVP, I think it was 50 his MVP plus year, 2017. He hit 59. That wouldn't have even crossed my mind. Yeah, that's definitely bias. I've tried to delete the fact that he's on the Yankees from my brain. Giancarlo Stanton being in the top 10 is not so far out there that like you couldn't have a chance at getting it. That's all I was.
No, for sure. Okay, 0 for 1. 0 for 1, 1-0 you. But that I could get. I mean, obviously some of them are easy, but The Giancarlo one I would have never got. I could have had 10 strikes and I wasn't getting Giancarlo Stanton. Is there anything else? What else we got for today? I don't really think we got much. We got college World Series coming up. I'm gonna definitely watch it once they get to Omaha, obviously. Other than that, NFL's kind of slow right now. The MLB sucks.
Yeah, a lot of it does. Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks so
yeah, dude,
bad.
I'm looking at these freaking top 10 for hits all time. There's just like, some of them zero chance.
Yeah, it probably would have been like, it probably would have been
dude,
like you said,
number 5
like
all time is
you know.
Chris Speaker. Right.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. It doesn't even matter anymore. Nobody cares about hits.
Yeah, which is
everybody
wild.
just cares about striking out. Well, how many times can we strike out in a season? Oh yeah, Cap Anson.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is all-time hits. But even then, Cap Anson is the top 10 all-time hit leader. There ain't no way anybody's breaking Pete Rose's record. If the game stays like this.
No.
If the game stays like this, nobody's breaking it. I don't even think Trout would have.
That record's probably never getting broken. For a combination of reasons.
Yeah.
One, the pitching has gotten better across the board. I think. Well, no, but don't spare me.
Fucking spare me.
What I'm saying is,
I agree. Your statement that you said is true. The statement that you said is true, but the reason being the reason for this record not being broken is bullshit.
It's because you don't have freaking Joe Schmo coming out of the bullpen who throws 89. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like your fifth starter isn't Jamie Moyer.
Was good for a long time, dude.
Yeah, but he threw 80 poo. Yeah, he did. Right, no, but that's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of it wasn't up until a couple of years ago that everyone coming out of the bullpen was throwing freaking 96 plus.
You think it's just because I think about this a lot. You think it's because they just get it out the hand now? The radar gun, the Statcast, and all those things get it out the hand.
The text
as opposed to the radar gun.
I think it's just like, dude, it's human evolution. Like we get better as we continue to go on.
Dude, this dude's like in high school. That's why, like, I get not to get on another tangent here, but I've been having trouble like getting these kids to comprehend. Like I can't find the language. I don't know what I have to say to these kids to realize that I can't even get them to sign up for their meetings on their own once a month.
Georgia, I'm pretty sure he's a freshman, and he's got like 26 bombs.
Yo, I walked down the street. The street to a Lincoln Way East baseball game.
Yeah.
There are dudes.
Right.
Throwing fuzz, dude. Like literally fuzz. And guess what?
Right.
I threw pretty hard in high school, especially compared to the people I was around. I threw pretty damn hard in high school. These kids shit on what I was doing on the mound, especially. And that's where I think that's where the biggest evolution has happened is on the mound.
So
but like it's nuts.
Cruz, we've talked about Caglione, right? So this dude is a freshman. Charlie Condon, he's 6'6", 211. All right, he's a redshirt freshman, so I guess technically he's a sophomore, but first year playing. I just want to make sure I get the stats right, and then we'll be done here. But bro, it's like, okay, so yeah, okay, you ready? His freshman numbers. He's got 81 hits in 206 at bats. Okay. 1 triple, 10 doubles, 25 homers, 67 RBIs, and he hit .393 in the SEC. Redshirt freshman.
And he's a freshman?
Still.
A redshirt, okay. Still. I'm not. That has nothing to do with that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Wild.
I'm just yeah. It's just
So it's
tough.
there just needs
It's
to be a
just
lot
tough,
of
dude.
reality right now is bent. That's really what it comes down
Yeah.
to. Is reality is bent. So
I can't, like, it literally. I literally feel like I'm living in like I don't even know. I can't put my finger on it. It's very like, it's not even like
No.
stressful. It's not stressful. It's just like,
yeah,
it's confusing. That's what it is. It's a very, like, I've
no, it's just
never been a guy
backwards.
that gets
Everything's backwards.
confused. I'm never like yeah. I'm like, I feel like I'm like, I go nuts because I dealt with it at Eckerd to where, like, I had to almost, just to be able to get through it. And no, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I did not change my beliefs. I didn't change my values, nothing like that. But I almost just had to, like,
Yeah.
stay a little quiet, first of
Right.
all, be careful what I say, maybe say a couple things here and there that I didn't want to say.
Right.
And then, like, during class or something. And then like, I thought that was going to be it. I thought that was going to be
Nope.
it. I thought it was the
Spilled
situation I
over
was in,
everywhere.
and it wasn't. It's literally, it wasn't the fact that I was at Eckerd or in college for 4 years. It was literally just the 4 years of the world. That's what it was. It's nuts. And we went into it a lot in terms of like in terms of the women's stuff,
Won't be the last
everything
time,
today.
I
So I
guarantee
mean,
you.
yeah, no, it won't, because this shit's gonna be fucking nonstop. This shit's gonna be nonstop, and I don't get it. And just my final thoughts here. My final thoughts here for this episode is the NFL is the greatest league. The NFL is the best league. It's not even close. They fucked it up for a half a second when they started going and doing all that shit. And now it's at least they just keep it to like everybody go vote.
Right.
For the most part, and you can turn on most games and it's not absolutely fucking pile drive down your throat. For the most part, it still happens, of course, but at least you can throw on red zone. But yeah, like, I'm even looking at Google right now, and it's like, I literally have Google pulled up, and it's literally this 700 different flags that they have. And it's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts because if I have a daughter or a kid, that's why I tip my cap to you guys putting in your research and thinking about the homeschool thing, because it's starting to get crazy, considering they talk about, there's books in the children's library that talk about how to give oral sex as a man to another man.
No.
And that's not me speaking. That's absolute. That's literally. That's factual stuff. That is a fact. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I really want to start doing stuff like this because I think it needs to start to be said. And of course, we are two white males, straight, that are going to be saying it, but I don't really care at this point. I'm over it. I'm ready to go here, and hopefully we start to get some hate. I'm gonna post I'm gonna post a clip from this episode and see if it's the thing that gets attention. Then we know. Then we know that we can fuck some shit up.
Actually, even do a segment every week where we do like the. We just go through like one of the bullshit woke nonsensical sports stories. Because dude, there's 20
it's
a week.
Crazy.
It's wild. Yeah.
It's nuts. It's nonstop. Maybe next week will be me when I announce my entering into could you imagine softball? You give me one of those bats.
He entered the women's weightlifting thing to break all the world records, and he's like, I identify as a female, and literally just like deadlifted, obviously like 200 pounds more than the world record. And he's like, no, you need to. Like,
the fact that they would like, even if they would like let me try out. Because there's a professional softball league right by Midway.
We already saw it though.
Literally.
Remember when we had that softball game? No, but
I'm not saying. I'm saying though, like the fact that like if I actually called and I looked up the open tryouts, would I be able to literally just go show up there exactly how I look right now?
Yeah,
and I could just go play shortstop
as a female, and then you could go there and do it. And if they did that, then it's discrimination against you if they don't allow you. And again, we don't agree with it, but this is the rules. So if you want to play by the rules, well, then we could just come in and dominate all your sports. Yeah.
I should do a video.
Yeah.
I should do a video. Like even
Yeah.
just if I just did the tryout.
Yeah.
Bro, could you imagine me in BP? They're flipping me front toss. They're flipping
Right.
me front toss with a softball, and I'm just
Yeah.
leg kicking it to the moon. And it's a shame because like for example,
Yeah.
there's this girl. I won't even say her
Yeah,
name
no,
just
no,
because of the context of this conversation right now. But like I just think about this girl that's on varsity for Nicole's
Yeah.
team. She's unbelievable. Literally unbelievable. Like I'm talking the amount of pop, the athleticism, like it's actually something where I've been like thoroughly impressed seeing her play. And it just it would piss me the fuck off if like that
Right.
would go out the window eventually.
No,
Like
literally,
it's
if
just
like any college coach wanted to be, I don't even want to say smart, but like for lack of a better term, smart, and there, or a savage,
or a
they would
savage.
just say,
Just
"Hey,
wanted to be a savage.
let's go recruit. We'll do this. We'll hook you up with NIL so that, hey, you know what? It's gonna be funny, but you just need to stick to character basically for freaking the next 3 months, and then I get 5 dudes or 10 dudes to fill a women's basketball team and go out from like nobody, nothing state and freaking beat all of smoke LSU, smoke everyone, and they're dunking on everyone, and then they just like, hey, there you go.
And could you imagine though? Could you imagine though you did it in that like could you imagine you like somebody did it in that way to where the exact goal was to win the championship and then say,
And
"Do you
and
see how ridiculous this is now? Do you see how
wild
ridiculous? Is this what you guys wanted?
is
Is
that
this what everybody wanted?"
it may take that level to like for people to be like,
That,
oh, maybe we
that
should
level, yeah.
reconsider,
I want to do it in the WNBA. That's what I want to do it. That's where me, a 5'10" guy who's never played past high school basketball, was never
Right.
even a starter on his varsity team,
Yeah.
basically. I mean, dude, if anybody's in the Chicago area, any women's basketball players, anybody
Yeah.
wants to play, wants
Play
to do a
one-on-one.
video, I'll gladly do that. Play one-on-one, would love that. And if you
Post it.
beat my ass, guess what? I'll post the video too. I will post the video too if you beat my ass. So yeah, I would love that. Anybody in the Chicago area, boom, TikTok clip right here. I'll gladly meet you outside. You know how people say, "Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna play." I'll even play outside. I don't even care. But dude, yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting having this podcast and us being able to do this. But I know you got to go. We went for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Let's go. Good
Awesome.
episode. Everybody have a good week. Thanks for listening. Later.